Hello everybody and welcome back to more Dragon Age Origins. I'm the Wayframe Pilgrim. When we last left off, we finished off the quest for the Dalish. Working our way through the remainder of Witherfang's fortress. Gaining access to the lair of the werewolves by the back entrance. And although they did send a welcome party for us, we proved more than a match for them. They agreed to parley with us, allowing us to see the Lady of the Forest, who, as it turns out, was actually Witherfang. She and Swiftrunner then told us that Zafryn had not told us everything that we needed to know, even going as far as to accuse him of creating the curse. She told us to go back, see Zafryn, and just convince him to speak with her. When we left, we found that Zafryn had actually followed us to the ruin to make sure that we did what he asked of us. After telling them that we hadn't, we did manage to convince him, albeit reluctantly, to speak with the Lady of the Forest. We learnt a little bit more about how the curse came into existence and found that Zafryn did some pretty messed up things as well. At that point, I was siding more with the werewolves. Zafryn wasn't very happy about that, understandably, which started a boss fight. We managed to take him down, though, and he eventually decided to sacrifice himself and the Lady of the Forest in order to lift the curse. All the werewolves are now human. Lyna is now the keeper of that Dalish clan, and what we're going to do in this session is we're going to do some stuff in camp. We've got some levelling up to do. We've got to give out some gifts. We've got to look through armour sets. We've got to chat with everyone. There's a lot to do. And then, if we have time, which I'm sure we will, we'll be going around the map to handing quests. And there's also a quest that we can get in Denerim, which will also take us around the map. So, without further ado, let's get this session started. And that was a mammoth intro, but a lot happened. So I think the first thing to do is to level up everyone. I decided to save the leveling up. I didn't decide to do it off screen. So, leveling up. So I'm fine, Shale's fine, Zevran's fine, Wynne's fine. Alistair. So I've actually written down some notes. I'll just reach for them. Because we need a plan. We need to start levelling up our characters in such a way that they can wear certain bits of armour. For Alistair, I want to get his strength up to 36. But I'm not going to put everything into strength. We can also pick a specialisation for him. So we can either go with Berserker, 2 strength and 10 health, or we can go with Champion, 2 willpower, 1 cunning. I think he's more Champion, we'll go with that. I'm going to put 2 into strength and 1 into Constitution, but we do need to get his strength up to 36. As for his talent, that's not bad. That's pretty good. I like that. What have we got in Champion? I don't really want him taunting. Okay. That's quite good. We'll go with that. I'm alright with that. Morrigan. So I don't need to level her up in any specific way, I don't think. I'll just have a little look. Sorry if you hear rustling of paper. No, nothing for Morrigan, so we can just level her up as we have been doing. Gonna give her... I'm gonna put it all into willpower, why not? Does she not have a specialisation? She does. Definitely giving her healing. And I'm going to give her group heal. Straight up, if I can find group heal. That's going to be so useful. And it pretty much makes Wynne useless now. Especially when Morrigan gets revival, which is the next one. The only reason I have Wynne with me sometimes is because she can revive people. Lele. So I need to get her up to 34 dexterity and 20 strength. She's pretty close. I'm going to give her Ranger, I think, though. Because that is the best thing for her. Dexterity might not be bad, but I'm going to give her Ranger. And then I'm going to put 2 into Dex, 1 into Strength, I think. Although I could get her up to 20 Strength quicker. Let's do that. Put that one into Dex. As for her skills, combat tactics, I suppose, is really the only thing that works there. Song of Courage. That might not be bad. What have we got in terms of Ranger here? Oh, you can summon stuff, okay. Maybe look at that another time. Let's go with that. Makes sense. Mabari, don't need to level the dog up in any way, really. 1 into willpower, and then a couple into strength, why not? Cool. Really easy to level up the dog because it doesn't get specialised. Sten. Now, I need to level him up in a certain way. I need to get his strength up to 36 and then 38. Okay. We're going to give him the Berserker thing as well. I'll give him some more Constitution and put 1 into Strength. And that should give him what we need now. Death Blow might be good. What have we got here? That's Thunder Armour. That's not bad. Go with that. Okay, I think that's everyone now, isn't it? Yeah, that's everyone. Okay, can we give anyone anything? So, I think we're alright with weapons for the most part. Just Lele we need to look at. So, we'll go into armour. I don't think Zevran can use anything yet. Not yet. That's cold damage. Yeah, I'm going to stick with that, I think. I can't give Lele anything yet, can I? Or can I? I can give her the battle dress, but that's not what I'm wanting to give her. It's a weapon I want to look at as well. Can't do anything with that yet. Okay. Sten. I can give them the Juggernaut stuff now. Instead of the Warden Commander stuff. Let's do that. So that. That can go to junk. That. And we need the helm as well. If we can find a Juggernaut helm, that'd be good. There it is. Look at that. Looks awesome. And can I give Alistair? No, I can't. Can't give him the Warden Commander stuff even. That can go to junk now. As can that. Okay, cool. So he's just going to have to stick with that for now. And I think that's all I can do. Zevran? It's probably the only other one I can look at here. No, he needs 22 strength for that, which he hasn't got yet. Okay, so I'm going to keep this on me, as in the notes. But at least we've got everybody outfitted a little bit better. Cool. Right. Let's give out some gifts, Sam, because we've got a ton of them. Okay. Shale. I don't think I can give you anything. I cannot. Zevran. Gonna leave you to the end. Wynne. Can I give Wynne anything? She likes wine and books, doesn't she? So there's nothing there. Alistair? There's stuff for him. I know he likes his statuettes.
Is that for me? Really? Wow. Wow.
And he should like this as
Oh,
well.
Thank you. That's very nice.
Okay, maybe not. Morrigan? She might like the silver brooch.
A fine gift. You have my thanks.
And maybe the medallion as well.
A fine gift. You have my thanks.
Awesome. Okay. Lele? Flowers?
Oh, how dear of you. Thank you so much.
But I think that's it. Can't give her anything else. Mabari, give him the bone. Stan. I know he likes paintings, so Skyball?
You have my thanks.
Nah. The fancy scroll. Maybe Alistair likes that? Sounds like his sort of thing.
Oh, thank you. That's very nice.
And the Imperium map. I'm going to give that to Zevran, along with the gloves.
How nice. Gloves? You're giving me gloves? What for?
I thought you might like them.
I did not mean to sound ungrateful. It is just... Wait, these are Dalish, are they not? My mother was Dalish, and had a pair very similar to these. The leather was less thick, and it had more embroidery, but these are very close, and quite handsome.
You're welcome.
Do I seem surprised? Perhaps I am. Still, I appreciate the fact that you even thought of me. No one has simply given me a gift before. Thank you.
And a load of approval. And also massive constitution for Alistair, which is pretty good. Okay, so we've leveled everyone, we've looked through armour, we've given out gifts. We'll just sell some stuff to bow down as well.
Something you need? I'm sure either my boy or I can help you out.
Let's see your wares.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Okay, so let's have a little look here. Summer junk. How do we carry weight now? 52, that's sort of a lot. Wow. I do need to look at Starfang, see if I can give that to Alistair yet. I want to buy some stuff as well, because I'm a little low on Corrupt Agent. If I buy another 15, that should be enough. I'll buy some more flasks as well, buy another 20 of those. You'll see why. Okay. So let's have a chat with everyone. Wynne.
Thank you so much.
This is about an errand, I assume?
Yes, you led me to an errand. You persisted, even though I was sure all you were going to find was a dead end.
It always feels good to get resolution.
I will never be able to repay you for what you've done for me. Finding an Aaron allowed me to bring that chapter of my life to a close. I feel free. A great weight has been lifted off my heart. This moment, it feels like the moment before the sunrise, when all the world is still, holding its breath, waiting for first light. I can stop thinking about my past and look forward to the future. Thank you, my friend. You will always have my gratitude.
No problem.
Have you heard much about the Grey Wardens of old?
Only what I've heard in old tales.
It was said that watching the Wardens ride in on their white griffins was enough to rouse a weary heart and put the dance back in the step of an old man. The Grey Wardens were powerful, feared and respected, but they also inspired the common people. I remember a tale that was told to me many years ago.
Go on.
The Blight had ravaged the land for months, and the armies of the great kings had amassed for one last stand. As the sun burst through the clouds that boiled and churned in the dark sky above, it illuminated a vast, seething horde of darkspawn, with the archdemon at its head. And it was then, when courage seemed to fail, and all lost to death and despair, that the Grey Wardens came. They arrived with the beating of wings like mighty war drums and stood before the armies of men.
What happened then?
The Grey Wardens, grim and fearless, marched forth, ever between the men and the encroaching darkspawn. They formed a shield of their own bodies and held that line until the archdemon was dead and the last darkspawn lay trampled in the dirt. And then, demanding neither reward nor recognition for their sacrifice, the Grey Wardens departed. When the clouds finally rolled back and the sun shone full upon the blighted ground, the great kings knew that they had lost no men, and none of their blood had been spilled.
This story isn't about a specific battle, is it?
You are observant. This is a tale about no battle the Grey Wardens have fought, and yet about them all. They have always defended us from the Darkspawn, taking losses so we do not have to. People may have forgotten over the centuries, but nothing has changed. This knowledge has been blessing and burden to Grey Wardens past, and now it shall be your blessing and your burden.
Thanks.
What's on your mind?
As a Grey Warden, I will never lead a normal life. Will I?
No, you won't.
I could try, but it wouldn't work.
No, it wouldn't, would it? Being a Grey Warden is in your blood now. You can't escape it. You wonder sometimes, don't you? If your life would be better if you weren't who you are.
A little.
When I was a young woman in the tower, I came to the realization that the circle would be my life, and I would know no other. Family, love, a simple life. These were things that others took for granted, that I would never have.
And this upset you?
It made me very moody. All I could think of was being trapped in that tower with no way out and no end in sight. I started hating my life and myself, and one night I found myself in the tower's chapel. I was seeking refuge, maybe answers.
The Chantry doesn't offer much either.
I must have looked tearful or made some noise, because the revered mother came out and decided to speak to me. And because I had no one else to talk to, I talked to her. I must have said many silly things, but she told me that the Maker puts us all on our paths for a reason, and fighting our intended course is what causes so much anguish.
And that made you feel better?
I thought the old biddy was full of rubbish. I was 15, maybe 16, and I knew everything. So I left. but I always found my way back to that chapel. And as the years passed, I began to see the truth of her words. We were supposed to be polar opposites, mage and priest. But we weren't. There was much about us that was the same.
I suppose priests have to give up a lot too.
The revered mother had lived in the chantry all her life, as I had been in the tower for all of mine. She taught me that you can find your family in the people around you, that you can love your work and find fulfillment in duty. And there is joy even in self-sacrifice. If you put others before yourself, then their well-being is yours, and their happiness is your happiness.
It won't be easy to live that way.
You can scream and cry and be angry about life as a Grey Warden, or you can accept it and allow yourself to see the good in it. This is your choice.
Okay, got a bit of approval. Probably didn't give the best answer there. Lele,